Hey there, everyone. How you doing this morning? So, as usual, up before anyone else, and it's fun. We got three generations in this Airbnb. Just had a great, I guess, New Year's Eve celebration. It's actually Chinese New Year today, or at least as I'm recording this. So, Happy New Year to all of you who celebrate it. I hope you have a great and prosperous year. And for you that don't know what Chinese New Year is, it's the lunar celebration that's celebrated by much of the world. And we are just about to roll, or actually, now we're in the year of the rat, which is pretty cool. We just left, I think, the year of the pig, if I'm not mistaken. These are 12-year cycles, and it's kind of fun. But anyways, I digress. What I wanted to do today was answer a subscriber question. As this channel is growing and more of you are watching more and more of our content, I'm getting more and more questions, which is frankly what should be happening. So I'm very encouraged by all of this. Thank you, all your loyal viewing and listeners, if you happen to be listening to this via the podcast. But let me just pull it up here. I'm pulling up on my phone so we can read it, and then we'll go through it together. So basically says, thanks for the video you just released. I'm guessing he watched the video yesterday about some multifamily or single family homes. I'm not sure which one. I've done a considerable amount of research, including reading your book. Thank you very much. It's now been purchased over a couple of thousand times, so pretty good for a self-published author. So I'm happy about that. By reading, including your book, by reading and podcasts, I find myself on information overload and can't seem to find the right way to pull the trigger. Any thoughts on any of the reading material that might help me funnel in and choose the right details to pick up the right purchase? Just to recap, I'm a nurse at Stanford, and I'm currently looking to purchase my first rental. They all seem to start to look the same at this point. So I actually do have some thoughts on this. This is something that is not uncommon. Information overload, you have interest, you go to YouTube University, you go to the bookstore, and you just dive in, right? For me, back in the early 2000s, I was in a similar situation, right? It was, what do I do, right? I had a bookshelf, again, yes, physical books at the time. That was probably 50 or 60 deep. It's now grown to be over a couple of hundred. But as you'll see in a minute, I've tried to create a kind of a walkthrough. One thing I do have a unique skill at is once I make a decision, I can focus on that and I don't even see the other stuff. It is both a curse and a blessing. So why don't I pick this up, the PowerPoint, and you let me know what you think. So again, this goes back to the point of, hey, I want to do this thing, but at this point, I don't know what to do, right? Information overload. What do? I'm stuck. I can't move. I want to do this, but I want to do this, but I don't want to make a mistake. So this is what I would recommend. If you read our book and you want rentals, but there's just too much noise in the system, right? Again, this is about making sure that I'm the right person for you, right? Because there are so many people out there, and that's why in my mind, I put out a lot of the same content. It might be different words, different examples, but if you really have watched a couple of hours of my stuff, I'm probably boringly consistent, but that's kind of how I roll, and that's how I best get rid of the noise in the system. So here's the deal. I believe if you're in this state of frustration, it's time to focus, right? You need to remove information inputs at this point, not add more, right? You've gone past from casual curiosity to information overload, and to help with this, we're going to start removing things. And frankly, I may be something you remove, or maybe something you focus on. We don't know yet, but we need to figure out if I am right for you, because trust me, if I'm the wrong person for you to model after, I don't want to be a distraction for you. And I would hate to see you go, but again, this is about helping you get to your first rental. So if I can help, I want to. This is what I would do. I have a playlist on this channel called Student Reviews. It only has 5 or 6 videos in there, but that's what I would go watch. I would go watch those and see what students are saying, right? Again, I'm boringly consistent. What you should be hearing from them is, hey, he's helped me focus. He's helped me execute. When I do what he taught us, business gets better, right? We move forward. And that's what I want for everyone. And again, if you watch those student reviews and I'm just not right for you, awesome. You have only wasted, a couple hours, but now you've removed inputs, and that's okay. Again, I may or may not be the right person for you, as I'm boring, right? I have a set of guidelines and we need to click. And if you don't like my guidelines, or I'm too conservative, or, you want to do mobile home parks or something and I'm just not your guy, totally okay. All I want to do is help. And I want you to be able to answer one question, right? If you follow what I do, this is all I want for you. I want you to understand your market and your asset, to say what a bad, average, good, or great deal is. That's all I want to do. I believe I can teach you a skill. And that skill is understanding what bad, average, good, and great deals are for your market and your asset type. Again, people always come to me and going, tell me what market to do. Tell me what asset to do. And that's not for me to say. I don't know where you live. I don't know your situation. I don't know anything, right? But I can teach you to learn any market in any asset type of your choice. Because again, I believe this is a skill. It's like a golf swing. It's like swinging a bat. It's like painting, singing. If you practice and practice and practice, you will get better. But here's the deal, right? You don't get better at singing by going outside and playing soccer, right? You've got to practice singing. So that's what I built my course on, is if you're going to learn what a bad, average, good, and great deals are, guess what? You're going to focus on that for the next 90 days, right? The best analogy I have is a golf swing, because my golf swing back in the day was terrible, and it's not great today, but it's not terrible either. And the key to that is just repetition and slight tweaks and consistent execution. You've got to practice. You got to do it over and over and over again. And that's what you'll hear from my student reviews, is they took my guidelines and they executed. They built their own spreadsheets. They learned the market. They looked every day. They're starting to understand the rhythm of their market. In 90 days with consistent execution, you will learn the rhythm of your market. You just can't help it. Can I tell you what your market's going to be? Good, great deals? No, right? I don't know it. I don't know your asset type. But you will be a much better informed investor, and you will be taking significant steps forward. The best part of what I'm teaching you is you only have to learn how to do it once, right? If you want to pick Dallas, Texas, great. And once you learn Dallas, or learn Dallas 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes, and you don't like Dallas anymore, or you move to Miami, Florida, great. You can take that skill that I've taught you, because the golf swing in Texas is the same golf swing as in Miami, right? So this skill I'm teaching you is something you don't have to relearn how to do. You can just take it and it travels with you, which is awesome. If you're still watching and you're kind of, interested in this, watch the student reviews, but there's also a link below in the video to the course. You can just click on it. You can see all the videos, the outline, how I teach people. And again, if it's right for you, check it out. It's, it's only $199. I priced it at that point because it's going to be less than a single month's cash flow. I've added access to a private Facebook group just for students, which is something I'm very happy with. It's something I check daily, answer questions. We interact. The students are interacting together. It's so much fun to see. So again, if you're going to take the time to get the course, make sure you get added to the private Facebook group, because, I'd love to see you in there. In the end, I believe being a good real estate investor is a skill. I believe it's a skill that anyone can learn. And basically what you're answering is, what is a bad, average, good, and great deal? That's it. That's what I'm trying to help you understand. And again, there's no hard feelings if I'm the wrong choice for you. It's totally okay. I want what's best for you. And if that means you have to stop listening to me because you're following someone else, I understand. Let's remove some input so you can keep moving forward in a positive direction. So hopefully that makes sense. I truly hope I can help you guys move forward. If you are in that state where you're just kind of frozen, not sure what to do, again, take a look at the student reviews, focus, realize all you need to do is answer one question. What's a bad, average, good, and great deal for your market? And once you have that skill, it travels. It'll go anywhere you want to go. So hopefully that makes sense. You have a wonderful day. I'm going to go running and see if I can't get another 6 miles in this morning. Thanks.